The image that Ellen DeGeneres spent decades building didn't fall apart overnight. For years, she was known as the smiling daytime host whose entire brand revolved around one simple message: be kind. But behind that carefully crafted image, stories began to surface that painted a very different.
No one cares that now she's dealing with chickens. It's like, all right,
You're a normal $450 million person.
And by the way, I guarantee you she's
Who's
worth
taking
a
care
lot
of her
more.
chickens? I guarantee, what's that? You guarantee what?
She's worth a lot more than
yeah.
$450 million.
Her art alone.
And like those talk show hosts.
Her devil-worshipping art alone.
It's just, it's too much. I can't stand these rich celebrities who want us to feel sorry for them. We don't, right? It's like all those you saw, like Julia Roberts on the Oprah special with Kamala Harris, like, oh, and Meryl Streep. Like,
I know, winning over the hearts of people who live in gated communities everywhere.
Well, wait, are these still your people? Are you still in California?
No, I had to move out of California because I got little kids. And
we understand why.
It's dangerous that, in California, take your kids, in public schools, in the morning you drop.
He suggested that people who question the culture in Hollywood often find themselves facing criticism, fewer opportunities, or professional isolation. These comments have sparked debate online, with supporters saying,
Yeah.
And we're just watching it going, how did this happen?
Right. Well, I mean, people with an agenda, and I do think they get particularly exercised by people who they thought were at least possibly on their side or gettable to their side.
Yeah.
When you have Sean Hannity say half the stuff that I say, it's not controversial. But if I said it back then, at least, it had to be blown up because it was a betrayal, right? It was like a telegraphing of she's not with us.
It's more than that. It was a warning to others.
Yeah.
If you don't go with us and you don't toe the line, if you're going to be a troublemaker, we're going to come after you. And that's the same thing with Kendi Jackson.
Long been two of the most recognizable television personalities in America. Both built enormously successful careers and became influential voices far beyond daytime television. Because of that shared history, commentators frequently mention them together whenever discussions about celebrity influence begin.
I travel around this country and try to perform and, not indoctrinate people like some comedy shows seem to be doing these days.
Not Saturday Night Live.
I mean, I hate to crap on my old show. But when I saw this is not going to come back. And
it really is the end of.
It's gone. You can take the comedy routines, the comedy routines. You can take the comedic indoctrination process happening with each of the late night hosts, and you could exchange them with each other. That's how you know that's not interesting anymore, because it's not an independent voice anymore. It's just all
perspectives. For him, comedy works best when it challenges everyone equally, not when it follows a predictable script.
I know Oprah Winfrey when the curtains are closed. I know it when the cameras aren't running. That's why Oprah Winfrey does not want to sit down publicly with me nor my husband to have a conversation, because within minutes, the community would know who Oprah Winfrey really was, because what she's not used to is anybody asking her.
Public figures are finding themselves under more scrutiny than ever before. Every interview, every opinion, and every public statement can quickly become a nationwide debate. As Schneider continued discussing these issues, he warned that people who refuse to follow what he described as the industry's expectations.
Something strange is going on with Oprah Winfrey's South African School for Girls.
Go look and see what happened to them girls.
So Oprah opened the school all the way back in 2007. And since the school's opening, it has been marred with many different controversies. You see, shortly after the school opened, a matron of the school was charged with touching several of the girls in a very inappropriate manner. When the crime eventually came to light, Oprah herself went to fire the school's headmistress. Then, in another incident that happened in 2011, law enforcement investigated the body of a newborn that was found in one of the students' bags. Apparently, one of the girls at the school gave birth, but there were no charges filed against her after this incident. There were also other scandals the school was involved in, like in 2009 when 7 students were suspended for harassing their classmates. And now there's a new scandal that the school is known for, as many people online have started spreading rumors that girls are disappearing.
Why is Oprah shutting down her famous girls' school? After nearly 20 years, Oprah Winfrey has announced that the Leadership Academy in South Africa will close at the end of.
Schneider continued speaking. the conversation became more personal. Instead of focusing only on politics or Hollywood culture, he began describing what he believes happens to people who refuse to stay quiet. According to Schneider, many entertainers don't necessarily agree with everything happening behind the scenes, but they rarely speak publicly because they fear professional consequences. He argued that losing opportunities in Hollywood doesn't always have
and
Did you reveal
humiliation. I didn't, because he's passed away, and I feel like if he can't defend himself, I feel weird about saying his name. But he was a famous director, with he did big movies, and so but I remember that humiliation, and I didn't tell anybody. And it's interesting because when I've seen online, like Rob Schneider, I don't believe that anyone would harass Rob Schneider. He's not good looking enough. And so, that's what's not. So now I understand.
Somebody said that?
Yes, not just several people said that. But I get why women. I mean, why they wouldn't want to talk about it. If they say that to me about me, imagine other women. It's humiliating. Why would you want to admit this happened and that you were in this situation? And there's a sense of shame you feel.
Especially if someone's going to say, well, she's...
Yeah, I know exactly. So
that's crazy.
But I do think it's a good thing it's coming out now, because I think that it's, like I said, in any position of power where women feel like they are put in a compromising position. And then also, not just that, but I wasn't a head. This was something that was just disgusting. It happened. This director is, naked and I, but for women who have to feel like they have to be silent about it and then carry this with them, I felt, momentarily traumatized, but still I remember 25 years later. At the same time, these are the women, I don't feel like it scarred me forever, but I remember it. But these women, some of them got out of the show business or got out of their own business that they're in, worked with.
Has become a common criticism among some audiences who feel late-night entertainment has changed significantly over the past decade. As the interview continued, Schneider shared another deeply personal story. He revealed that early in his career, he experienced
choose article after article of people being like, Ellen's a bitch. Ellen is a nasty person. And all these staffers started to come out, not for nothing, but I know a guy, I know him very well, whose sister worked for her, who said, you were not allowed to make eye contact with Ellen in the halls of that show. If you saw her, this is not a nice person. So she eventually got canceled, but now she's coming back. She's got a Netflix special. That's the right response. Yeah. She's got a Netflix special. And here's the capper. On the promo, and apparently there's now articles out about from people who have seen the preview, she plays the victim. And she says, poor me. And she actually has the nerve to say that she was run out of Hollywood. This person
with $100 million in her pocket,
$450 million according to Forbes. That's a low estimate. Yeah. Because so now she's out there saying, I was run out of Hollywood. She's actually reportedly complaining about how hard it is for women in America with the double standards.
Look at Oprah, how hard it is for her.
Attention returned to Ellen DeGeneres. Years before Schneider's interview, Ellen's public image had already faced serious challenges after numerous current and former employees from the Ellen DeGeneres show described.
Guys, I can't tell what's real anymore. Okay, I heard Ellen DeGeneres was in the Epstein files for being a cannibal, and I looked it up to see if it was true. I am believing everything, and I am at a point where in America I'm going, what is going on? Because would I be mad if she was doing that? I mean, you can't be eating people and being mean to the PAs after that, okay? What is going on? We gotta fix stuff. We gotta fix stuff so I'm not Googling, is Ellen DeGeneres in the Epstein files because she's a cannibal? Oh, it's bad.
Of her long-running daytime empire. For many fans, It was the first time
Ellen as well.
Yeah, I did the first 2 years on that show.
And she
was rough. She was the C word. Yeah.
She was not nice to you.
Well, you know, it's funny because when it started, first of all, I wanted to write for her because I really do think she's like one of the great comics of all. New Orleans girl.
That's right. She never claims it, but yeah.
Yeah, but she was a great comic.
Her old stuff is unreal.
Yeah.
I had all her albums.
Then the show comes out, and I get approached by the head writer. And it turns out I'm good friends with the showrunner, and so I write a couple pages of jokes, and I get hired. And then so we were there for like a month before the show launched, figuring out the segments and all that stuff. And it was like fun, goofing, pranks. We had a ping pong table, and it was all good energy. And then everything got weird, and so we started winning Emmys. Like I won 4 Emmys on the show, but like. That made things bad. That made her start to be mean.
Was it an energy thing? Was she just short with you? I mean, what was exactly
It was like
happening?
if you didn't pitch in her wheelhouse, then she looked at you like you had just stabbed her puppy. It didn't really bother me that much because I'd written on a lot of shows before and I kind of knew what it was like to have tough bosses.
Yeah.
You know, I wrote for Bill Maher.
Sure.
But then there was these first-time writers who were... They used to cry. There was a lot of crying.
Internal investigation into the production. The investigation became one of the biggest entertainment stories of the year. As public pressure increased, Ellen addressed the situation in a message to her staff and later spoke about it publicly. She acknowledged that problems had existed on the show and apologized to employees who felt they had been
speaking out on camera for the first time about working for Ellen DeGeneres.
Toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is.
Had a Muscat Ellen from the beginning in 2003 when the talk show was launched.
We were told from the very beginning, don't talk to Ellen, don't do this, you can't, go into her office. It was very nerve-wracking, very stressful. We all walked on eggshells all the time.
Muscat says, despite Ellen's Queen of Nice reputation, it became clear early on that it would not be a pleasant place to work. One incident with executive producer Ed Glavin left her shaken.
We were in our production meetings and she would watch Ed go off on people. Ellen would look at Ed and she would laugh because I was hoping she was going to say, Ed, you can't be yelling at crew this way. You can't be yelling at people this way. She laughed and she said, every production needs their dog.
Meaning
Ed is her dog.
Like her attack dog.
Her attack dog. So therefore she doesn't need to do that. He took the role of being the attack dog that she didn't have to now be the attack dog. So she didn't have to yell.
So when Ellen says she's not aware of this environment, you don't think that rings true?
It's a lie.
Muscat won 2 daytime Emmys with the show. She was let go in 2004.
As a host, she's amazing. As a host. But as a boss and someone who's behind the scenes running the show, she's a different person. She's not the person people see in front of the camera.
Do you think anything will change?
No, because she should have apologized 16 years ago. This environment, this toxic culture that she created in the office.
Conversation. Not everyone who worked on the show described the same experience. Some former staff defended Ellen and said they had positive memories of their time there.
Smith is a twat.
Oh, I liked him.
Will Smith has been hiding the fact of who he really is, and it was exposed that night. And he's really an asshole. He's a deep, dark thing. To do that in front of all those people, and to a really great, legendary comedian who's literally the best comedian of our generation.
Sure.
You wouldn't have like this whole wave of comedy that came after if it wasn't for Chris Rock. He's kicked open the doors. So for him to do that, but I wasn't allowed to say anything at that time because we were part of the committee that was supposed to punish him.
And how do you punish him?
Wow, wait. Just back up a second. Hang on.
I want to know
Will
what the punishment
Smith is like, for me, when I met him, right, I always say...
Like the nicest, most wonderful... He's a liar. Complete, utter fraud.
Really?
It was exposed in that time.
Okay, we all thought in that time, he was under all this pressure, though. And it was a
I've been under pressure.
moment.
Kyle's been under pressure. You've been under pressure.
Interesting you say that about Will.
No, Will is a douchebag, and that's something that you can't... The thing is, that's how politically correct the Academy is.
Right.
That they were so cowardly. Because if I would have done that, they would have been hauled out to prison. But because they were so worried about being, racist or whatever, they were like, we can't be... The point is, violence is what it is, and what the color of your skin or your religion doesn't matter.
DeGeneres show, attention shifted to a much broader question. was Ellen's
party, and you take a Mark Ruffalo, he could say whatever he wants against Trump and he'll still get work as an actor. But if an actor like me, or says anything, or even questions or dares question the tribe of Democrats, that's it. You're out. You're out of Hollywood.
Did you know that before you opened your big mouth?
Well, not to this extent.
Spotlight surrounding the 2022 Academy Awards, when Will Smith walked onto the stage and slapped comedian Chris Rock during the live broadcast. The incident immediately became one of the most talked about moments in Oscars history. Reflecting on it,
I do around it because I've studied it to be able to communicate a little bit better about what happened 20 years ago, and the fact that it's taken us 20 years to be able to be at a point where we can listen to the truth again.
And Ellen's fine. She can sit on her pile of money.
I hope you like your money, because that's why I broke up with you. Do you like sitting on your piles of cash? Because guess what? It gets you exactly where you are. And by the way, baby, it's what you wanted then, and I hope you're liking it now. Cheers.
You broke up with her because she had a lot of money, or you broke up with her because...
I broke up with her because her goal was to have a lot of money, and mine was to find love, and hers was I want 60 billion. Good luck. Our forks are never going to meet. The further we stay on with this, the further we will be apart.
Okay. She didn't live in that love and kindness.
No, she didn't. But you and I don't talk
only
about
she wasn't a dick.
Revenge a lot,
No, we don't. There's one thing that I remember. There is one little nugget that I do have a sense of wanting a little bit of, I guess the only word is revenge. I feel that you were so wronged, and now to know that you were continuing to be wronged, it fires me up a little bit. And especially, look, when you look at somebody like Ellen, who literally is sitting on a pile of $60 billion, and then
could feed countries,
right? And then
but you got a Porsche.
I mean, you're not hurting. You live beautifully.
Wait, that's really funny. I just noticed that. Sorry, I have to put a pin in it. I realized that Ellen drove a Porsche.
I want a Porsche. Well, she's not going to give me a Porsche now.
Culture and then she married one. All she used to do was drive Porsches, and she collected.
Even so, the speculation continued to spread across social media platforms, illustrating how quickly misinformation can gain traction when public interest is high. Meanwhile, discussions about
hard to accept that Ellen DeGeneres is one of the good ones. And a comment that keeps coming out a lot is, what about Anne Hesh? Well, Anne Hesh, did anyone actually know who she was properly before she supposedly died? And when we say supposedly, we can tell we're watching a movie if you just watch the clip when she's getting wheeled into the ambulance.
Ambulance, that's some sort of sign, but yes. So basically the activity that we were looking for, that anxious or that quick moving, that was going on the other side of the vehicle. Oh my gosh, he's completely alive.
What the hell?
We're watching a movie. She definitely is still alive. Anne Hesh, if you look at her story, she told us that she was sent by her father. Just before she passed away, she finished filming, which is now released, The Girl in the Room 13, which is about sex trafficking. If you look at the story of Anne Hesh and the movies that she's been in, she was also in Wag the Dog. And you should really watch that movie because it highlights that wars are fake, and Hollywood can quite easily make that into a production. If you tie it all together, it'll start making sense. Her name is very important, and they've highlighted her for a reason, and it will start tying a lot of topics.
Simply repeating itself. As the debate surrounding Ellen DeGeneres continued, one question refused to go.
Tonight is on, and I just muted it because I saw the promo, and it's all about P. Diddy. Now, P. Diddy was my neighbor on Star Island, and Although I only met him once, he did invite me to his New Year's Eve party, which I believe everybody was wearing white, but we didn't know. And we had on like sweatpants, me and my family and my kids, and we took a picture with the Ciroc liquor bottle that was outside, that there was professional photographers or some kind of vodka. And we didn't get in. They didn't let us in. The doormen were like looking at us and we're like, I'm like, no, he invited me yesterday. I live right there. And my daughter saw him in the street and we talked and
accepted responsibility as the leader of the show. Many viewers remained divided. Some believed her apology was sincere and that people deserved the opportunity to learn from mistakes.
I have been posting my thoughts and my stance on this, but I haven't spoken directly because I don't know what to say. I am so sad and I am so angry, and I know I'm not going to say the right thing. I know that there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be in disagreement with what I say, but I have a platform and I have a voice, and I have always stood for equality. I have always wanted to be the voice for people who felt like they didn't have a voice, because I know what that feels like. And maybe you don't agree with how it's coming out, but you have to understand it.
Are judged how media narratives develop and how quickly public opinion can shift in the age of social media. In today's entertainment industry, reputations can take decades